Welcome to the complete Boomi Bootcamp 2026, Episode 4, Additional Database Connectors. Our agenda for today: Shared Components folder, set up 3 additional DB connectors, route step, notify step, and next steps. Shared Components folder. Welcome back to our process. So let's check our folders. We have the connectors, the custom libraries, JSON profiles, the maps, connectors specifically for our demo. I think it might be a good idea if you have components that could be used in other projects, that we organize it in a more general way. So my suggestion is that we create a folder like 00 shared components that can be used to store all components that could be used in other projects too, or other processes. So let's move this database connection, for example, to the shared components folder. Yeah, like this. Yeah, we move and save. And then we have a look at the new folder, shared components, and you will find our connection there. I think the same is for the custom libraries. So we also move this one to the shared components folder. Like this. Okay, then we have it here also. And that's so we have one location for all components that are shared, that can be reused in other processes. Yeah. So today we would like to set up 3 additional database connectors or connections, and therefore we let's start with the first one. I have prepared 3 additional databases, and let's start to set up the database connector for, I think it's a MariaDB database. So let's give it the display name MariaDB. It's also hosted at AWS, and we will create a connection for that. Let's also give it a name here. Save it. Yes, then we will fill in the details of the connection. Let me search for the connection URL. We copy it from dbvar here. So the connection URL is like this. Class name, I will also copy it from dbvar and paste it here in a sec. Username is datacoon_admin. It's the default username I use for every database. Schema name or the password I have to fill in. Yeah, let's save it for now. Test the connection. Oh, it failed. Browser operation failed, caused by failed loading the class. Yeah, that's the classic one. I think this might be due to missing driver. Yeah. Let's let's add the schema name for now. Test it again. Just to be sure. But I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same error. So let's check for the drivers. So for MariaDB, I will download the drivers or export the drivers in a few seconds. So libraries again. Here is our jar file. Okay, let's download it. Yeah, I think we need to export this one. Yeah. So the drivers are now, or the jar file is now exported. Next, we have to create a custom library, or upload the jar file first. So we will navigate to the account libraries. Then we will upload the jar file we just downloaded. So now we can create a custom library. I think we will do it just here in the shared components folder. So new component would be a custom library. Now we give it a name. MariaDB driver. The connector, database v2. We select the jar file. I think we're good to now, and we can save it. Now we create a package component. Next, add the details. And deploy the package to our test environment. Yeah, it looks good. And view the deployments. There we have a new entry, MariaDB driver. Now we can go back to our connection and test it. Everything's the same. Save, just to be sure. Test connection. Select our runtime. Okay, it's still not working. Failed loading the class. I'm not sure if this class name is recognized or supported by Boomi. So I try with MySQL because MariaDB is similar to MySQL. And yeah, let's just try this class name we used before. Okay, that worked. Yeah, so my theory was correct. Yeah, that was the first database connector we created, we set up. Let's look at the folder. Okay, currently it's still in the demo folder, but I think we should move this one to the shared components, like this. Now it should be in the shared components, so we'll check this. And here it is, MariaDB. The connection is here in the shared folders components. Now we set up the second database connection. Now we select the database select the connection type and database v2 as connector. Give it a name. Let me look it up. Next database would be I have a PostgreSQL database prepared for you. Also hosted at AWS. that's the class name. I just copied it from the DB var database connection I prepared before. Username, as always, is datakun_admin. I type in the password. Schema name is datakun. Save it and just test the connection. Operation failed. Failed loading the class. So again, we will upload the jar file. Create another custom library for the Postgres database driver. So let's give it a name, PostgreSQL driver. Save it. Oh, that was too fast. Now I think I can't modify the custom library type. That's strange. Okay. Yeah, I think I guess I have to delete this one and create another custom library. So next time we need to make sure that the custom library type is set correctly to connector, I think. Yeah, to connector. The database v2 as connector. We select the correct jar file and now we can save it. Okay, so I removed the 2, save it, and now I create a package component and give it a name, PostgreSQL version 1.0. Deploy it. Okay, view the deployments, and here you see a new entry in the deployment overview. Here we quickly check. It's okay. Now we just try it again, save it and try the test connection. Still not working. And so I did some modification on database level. Now it's still the same SSL error SSL error. I think I will now take this error message and Google for it. That's definitely some security problem. Java IO file permission. Access denied. SSL error. Yeah, I will Google for this error message. So now I found some solution, but just want to make sure. Okay, it's still the same error. I'll check my PostgreSQL database again. I think there was some configuration you can do. Here is what I found. So use SSL mode parameter with value as allow in JDBC URL. Okay. Disable allow. No SSL is used. The connection is unencrypted. Oh, let's try. So I add this parameter, question mark, SSL mode equals allow. We add the schema name, save it, and test the connection. Still the same. No, not still the same. It's another error. Fatal. No pghba.conf entry for host. Okay. I just rebooted my database so that the modifications I made before can be activated, and just to check, I removed the SSL mode allow option just to test it, and you see there is the error, still the error. And now I will add the configuration or the parameter question mark SSL mode equals allow again to check if this affects the connection result. So I save it, test the connection again. Okay, great. This works. So remember, reboot your database after modifying the configuration. So this was the second database connector. Now we create the third database connector. And the third database I prepared for you is a Microsoft SQL server. It's just a regular one. It's not from it's not an Azure SQL server. Hosted by AWS. So I just pasted in the connection URL. As always, I took that from the dbeaver connection. The class name, also from dbeaver. Username is datacoon_admin. We'll type in the password. Yeah, now we test the connection. Okay, that did not work. Yeah, maybe we have to install some drivers. So as usually we upload a file here. In the same procedure as always, we create another custom library for the new Microsoft driver, the new jar file. Select the jar file. So by the way, it's a Microsoft Express SQL server. So the free server I set up on the AWS for this test. I think Boomi does not like the brackets, so I will remove the brackets or the parent in this. So like this. Okay, Boomi accepts this name. So we deploy it on our test environment. Test the connection. Access denied. Okay. Strange. Why? Okay, just checking the database name. It's master. Maybe we cannot access the database master per default, so I will just add the schema name datacoon. Could not initialize class. That's strange. com.microsoft.sqlserver.dc driver jdbc version. Why version? The class name is without the string version at the end. So maybe let's try another jar file. Sometimes not the latest jar file is supported by Boomi, I guess. So we tried with the version 12. And again, we add these jar files. Okay, deploy to the environment. Could not initialize. No, that did not work. That did not work. Okay, so let's find another solution. I did some more testing, and testing was not successful. So my suggestion is we create another component just to make sure that maybe something is not correct. So another database legacy connection, and as a driver type we select this SQL Server and just type in or fill in the username, the password, so the host, I will fill in the host. The port is 1433. Now I fill in the host, database name, Datacoon, and I give it the connection a name, Microsoft SQL. It's the legacy. Advanced options, I just leave it blank, and just checking. No, custom, driver type custom. No, I think I will go with the SQL Server driver type. Yeah. So just save it, test the connection. Yeah, and this works like a charm. Not strange. So you have to configure the database connection in a slightly different way. There it is, our connection. Great. So the database v2 connector did not work. We can delete that one. So there's no confusion about that. Okay. I have another Azure SQL database. I'm curious if I can set this up just as an extra database to set up. Okay, let's do it. Azure as a display name. We type in Azure SQL DB, and as connector we have the Azure SQL database. Let's give it a name. Username is data kun hyphen, not underscore, hyphen admin. Password I fill in now. Then next is the host. Host and port. Let's copy it from dbeaver. Port is 1433 and database name is DataKun. Let's save it. Seems okay. Let's test the connection. Unable to connect. I think we have to set up the firewall. So I will copy this IP address and set up the firewall on the Azure side. Now I test it again. Oh, okay. So that was okay. That was the connection, and next we will set up the operation. I will quickly replace the connector here. So the regular MySQL database, I replace it with the new one. Oh, and the action is not insert anymore. It's get or send. Just get or send. I guess send is the action that is necessary to write data to the database. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's try. Let's create another operation, and we rename it as a send Microsoft Azure SQL Database Connector operation. Connector action is grayed out. It's send. We need a profile. We need a new profile. That makes sense. Huh? Okay, then let's create a profile. Okay. Hopefully I can import the fields I need. Of course, on the Azure SQL database I already have created a table, purchase orders, similar to that one that we used for the MySQL database connection. Let's rename this correctly. So I hope, oh, that's grayed out. Why? I can't import things. Execution type, write or read. Oh, still can't. I think we have to set up the write as execution type. Okay, there are only 6 fields. Yeah, so just quickly type these fields in since we cannot import them. I'm pretty sure that there is a workaround or a solution how to import the fields of the table, but for now, yeah, just type them in, buyer ID. I think I will first type in the field names and then later modify the data type. Description. purchase order data, purchase order date, quantity, and at last we have the unit of measure. All right. So I will set up the data types. This character, okay, character. No, data. I think I will just stick to the character as the data type. It's number, quantity number, unit of measure, character. Okay, save. Let's try. I'm not sure. SQL script. Maybe we have to fill something in here. But the standard insert, update, and delete. Okay. But let's try. Let's just try. Maybe this works like this. And if it does not work, then we will adjust. So back to the demo process, we have operation now. Click OK, save the process, and then we can test it. Save, test, click OK. And I'm curious if this works out of, no, of course not. The test run for demo process you are attempting repeated. Unrecognized content. Unrecognized content. Let's think. This. Oh yes. Okay. This is a profile. Maybe it's not working for the new database connector. Yeah. So I will detach this one, and we will create a new map that fits the new to the new database connector. So it's JSON to Azure SQL DB. Yeah. So on the left side, we have to rename the map, give it a name, JSON to Azure SQL DB. And on the left side, the source format is JSON, our purchase order JSON profile. We use that one. It should be okay. And then, of course, in the destination, we have the database legacy profile. So we just created this minute ago. I think this should be the correct one. Yeah. And now we will map the fields, of course. So buyer ID, currency, description, purchase order date, quantity, unit of measure. So this PO date goes here. Then we have some buyer information, the buyer ID. Then we have some items information, description, for example, the quantity, the unit of measure, and I don't see the currency. Let's search for the currency. Currency. Here we have the currency. So this field is also mapped. Quickly saved it, and then we can continue to configure our map step. This should be now okay. Then we take the new map and connect this like this way. Quickly arrange all the steps so that they look clean. Save it, and we test it again. Does not work. embedded message. SQL script must not be blank. I knew it. So we have to insert a SQL script. I think we can have we will copy the script from this profile here. Oh no, that is the, no, here we have to fill in the SQL script. Okay, but I think we have a profile that had already a script, and I think we can use this as a template, yeah, to fill in. So let's search for the profile that contains the SQL script. I think here. Yeah, and this operation, here this SQL query, just copy it. Then we can paste it in this profile. Yeah, let's try if this works like this. So we have the purchase order date, the currency, the buyer ID, description, quantity, and unit of measure. Okay. Let's save, test this. Input value P00017 is not a number, of course, it's a character. Okay, then let's have a look at the script. Maybe the order of the fields is important. Maybe it has to be the same order as in the script, and so I will just adjust the order of the fields. So first is the purchase order date, then we have the currency, then the buyer ID, description, quantity, unit of measure. This order. Yeah, I think the order is plays a great role. So let's just try it like this. Oh, looks better. But oh no, it did not work. It's not a decimal digit. Why? Character is not a decimal digit number. Let's take a look at the table I created. Maybe the data type of my table is not correct from the table inside the Azure SQL database. Let's take a look at this. First, okay, I can adjust the buyer ID also here. Now it's a character. Data type is now character. Just try it again. Okay, still it's not working. Failed when converting. Okay, then this seems the source is now correct on Boomi side, but maybe there's something wrong with the data type on the destination side, in the table, in the Azure SQL database table. So we will have a look at the table on the Azure side. See, the buyer ID is data type is integer. Okay, that cannot work. That cannot work. So I think I will. You know what? Let's delete this table and create this table from scratch. Yeah, so we make sure that the data type is correct. Okay. So buyer ID is this time is not integer, should be varchar, basically text. Description also text. Purchase order date should be also text, and the quantity, I think I will set it to integer, to int, like this. Yeah. Okay, let's create a table. Oh, okay, there's an error. Why it's position, error position. Okay, there's a select statement that does not belong there. So again, now it looks good. Now it looks good. We have the buyer ID as varchar 20, so this field should be okay now. Well, let's just try it. So again, another test. Save it. Test. Now there's no error. Let's just quickly check if there's some data written to the table. So let's quickly check. Select star from purchase order. Select star from purchase orders. Yeah, we have a row here with data, and it seems to be correct. Yeah. Okay, great. It's good. Now let's have a look at the route step. The route step. To conditionally send documents through different execution paths based on the route by field, use the route step. The route by value is set from any available parameter type. Routes are executed in order. Documents that do not match a route are routed down a default path. Okay. So we give it a name, I think. Yeah, how should we route the document? Maybe by the ID, by the buyer ID. Yeah, that is the idea from me. So route by, there is a type document property, but I think we have to go for the profile element, since we are analyzing some profile element from the XML profile to get that value, and based on that value we would like to route the document. So we select the purchase order XML profile and select the ID field, the element ID. Just checking to make sure that the ID field is the right field, but I think yes. So we click on OK. I think the configuration should be okay this way. Yeah. So what we have to do next is to set up the routes. It means we have to set the values that this route step should analyze in order to route the document. So for example, the value is compared, the comparison is equal to, and the value is P00017, yeah. That is the buyer ID that occurs in the XML file. We can, yeah, and of course we need, later we need another purchase order to have another message that we can use to validate or to test our new route branch, route step. So we just create another message. Let's just think, how can we, I think I will name it, I will go for the short name, PO, purchase order, and then just type down the buyer ID. In this, for example, this is another buyer ID, P100-121, and here I will create a variable to store the new XML file. So I can show you the file later with the new buyer ID. It's let me check, where is the new value? P100121. It's there, yeah. And click OK. So we have a second XML file, and I will just rename, no, not the map step, but I want to rename this XML message. That would be P100017. It's here, yeah, the ID. It's okay. Now we have two messages. That makes sense. So we can test the route step later. And now I will, of course, I will have to add another route that contains the other value, P00121. So there are three branches, default branch, and one branch if the value equals to P00017, and one that should be taken if it's if the value is P00121. So where can we put this? I think we would put this right after the message. That makes sense. So the value of the message goes right into the route step as value. So the route step can evaluate the value. And for now, I think I will put the default to the XML to JSON map. And I think I will need some more stop steps, right? Yeah. One for branch 1 and one for the branch 2. We'll quickly connect and then auto arrange our process so that we have a clean process like this. Yeah. So now I will save and try the new process, and my expectation is that the document, the XML message will follow or will go into the first branch. Yeah. First branch. The document hits the first branch. Let's take a look. Should be the 17. Where is it? I think the ID was further above. Where? Ah, here. Da. P00017. So the branch is correct. And now, just to make sure that the branch is working correctly, I will take the second message and connect it in the process, auto arrange, save it. And now my expectation is that the document will skip the default branch, skip the first branch, but hit the second branch. Because we set up the branch to be active if the value, if the ID is P00121. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. So the branch step is working as designed. Now here you see this is the value P00121. So now let's take a look at the notify step. To write user-defined notifications to the process log for monitoring and troubleshooting purposes, use the notify step. Optionally, you can also generate events that can be received via email alerts, RSS feed, and the platform API. Notification messages can include a combination of static content and dynamic variables. The notify step does not modify document data. Okay. Then message level, we have information, warning, and error. I think for now we go for the information. Yeah, I think we log the buyer ID. So his message is buyer ID equals curly brackets 1, and I will add another variable to fill that in. Choose the profile type, JSON, purchase order profile, and we go for the buyer ID. Like this. And I think I will insert the current date just for exercise. Yes. So how this works, the type is now date time. Is it date time? Yeah, let's select this one. Data types, current date, okay. And then we have the second variable name. Current date equals curly brackets 2. Options. In addition to writing, okay, there are 3 more options. Interesting, but I think we will leave these boxes unchecked, and maybe later in other episodes we can go through these options. Yeah. So now I will connect this branch with the notify step, and I need another notify step. If this works, it looks strange. No, I will have a separate notify step for the second branch. For this I will copy this one, left click and connect it to the second notify step. Clear the clipboard. Just auto arrange. Now I think we are ready to test. Oh, error. Object or token null true or at source. Unable to create JSON file from the data JSON file. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Yeah, it's my fault. Of course, the profile is this is an XML file, so we can't use the JSON profile to get the value. Yeah? So we have to change the profile. It's not the JSON profile, of course not. Yeah, it's XML profile type, and this is the correct profile, purchase order XML profile. We select the ID as field, and now it should be okay. Quickly detach. I think remove this one. I think I removed the wrong notify step. So again, I have to select the XML profile. Yeah. And have the purchase order XML profile ID as field. Now it's okay, and now I can duplicate or copy the notify step. Just quickly check, yes, it's the right one. Copy, left click, paste, connect the steps, auto arrange. Now save and test it again. Hopefully process is now okay. Yeah, the right branch is activated, and just to quickly check if the other message is also okay and works with the notified step, just quickly test with the other message. And my expectation is that the branch 1 is, indeed, actually is activated. The branch 1, quickly check the document. Yeah, it's the right ID. And now I would like to to see where this notifications are sent to. My guess was here that we can see the notifications in the process reporting. Okay, execute process. There's nothing. I guess we have to deploy the process first to make it visible to the process reporting. So I will create a package component for our demo process. Okay, deploy to the test environment. Next, deploy. Deployment was successful. Let's just view the deployments. Here's our demo process deployed to environment 10 test. Here we have some options, but we will focus on the process reporting and try to make the notifications visible. But still, where do I have to, or what do I have to do? This brings me back to our demo process. I need some place, some possibility to, I think to somehow execute this process and make this process, or the execution, visible. Maybe in a runtime. Deploy processes. This sounds good. Okay. This is our demo process. Yeah. Okay. Here you can execute the process, and also it has schedules, added schedules. Schedule when this process executes on the runtime. Schedules will run based on the runtime time zones, which is okay. I will just add a plan. So every 15 minutes on 5 of 7 days. Let's just try every 1 minute and every day. So Saturday and Sunday included. Just try. So this is the scheduling. This is for scheduling. Should be executed every minute. And additionally, you can execute manually. Yeah. Process execution message has been sent, but where is it sent? And the schedules are saved. Maybe the process now shows up in the process reporting. Yeah, there it is. This is our process. Yeah. Show the log. And there we also have our notifications. Yeah? Route by buyer ID. See, buyer ID and the current date is displayed. Great. Okay. I think if we're lucky, there's another entry in the process reporting, because I think 1 minute. Every 1 minute, just refresh. Let's refresh the process reporting. We can view the process, view extended information. Okay, execution ID, process ID, node ID, lot of stuff. Yeah. But okay, that's the difference. Manual execution. There's this guy icon. And then is scheduled execution, with another icon. Okay. So I think, but we should stop the scheduling, because otherwise the process is executed every minute, and I would like to avoid that. Yeah. So back to the deployed processes, and we stop the schedules. Yeah, just stop it. Okay. It's also indicated by a pause icon here when we do that. Then we have process properties. Okay, there's some, and obviously you can add properties, but we are good for now. Yeah. Okay, so that's the place where you can execute processes manually and set up scheduling for your processes. Yeah. Oh, there's even another scheduled execution of our process, but I think this was the last execution. Great. That was the notify step. Next steps. In episode 5, we have the agenda: data process step, decision step, clean step, and the process call. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.